Here's my drawing of the male reproductive system. You got the urinary bladder, superior pubic ramus, ductus deferens, urethra, corpus cavernosum, corpus spongiosum, and then the penis glands, prepuce, ureter, large intestine, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, and urogenal urogenital diaphragm. And then for the female reproductive system, you got the urinary bladder, pubic symphysis, urethra, clitoris, vaginal orifice, labium minus, labium majus, and uterine tube, ovary, uterus, fimbriae, ureter, rectouterine pouch, fornix, cervix, rectum, vagina, and then the anus. Alright, so that's my drawings. As you can see, maybe. Three hormones are the principal regulators of the male reproductive system. Follicle stimulating hormone FSH stimulates spermatogenesis. Luteinizing hormone LH stimulates the production of testosterone, and testosterone stimulates the development of male secondary sex characteristics and spermatogenesis. The pituitary gland releases follicle stimulating hormone FSH and luteinizing hormone LH into the male system for the first time. FSH enters the testes, stimulating the sertoli cells, which help to nourish the sperm cells that testes to nourish the sperm cells that the testes produce to begin facilitating spermatogenesis. The menstrual cycle is regulated by hormones, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, which are produced by the pituitary gland, promote ovulation and stimulate the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone. Menstruation is the shedding of the lining of the uterus, endometrium, accompanied by bleeding. It occurs in approximately monthly cycles throughout a woman's reproductive life, except during pregnancy. Menstruation starts during puberty at menarche and stops permanently at menopause. By the definition, the menstrual cycle begins with the first day of bleeding, which is counted as day one. The cycle ends just before the next menstrual period. Menstrual cycles normally range from about 25 to 36 days. Only 10 to 15% of women have cycles that are exactly 28 days. Also, in at least 20% of women, cycles are irregular, that is, they are longer or shorter than the normal range. Usually the cycles vary in the most and the intervals usually the cycles vary the most and the intervals between periods are longest in the years immediately after menstruation starts and before menopause. Menstrual bleeding lasts 3 to 7 days, averaging 5 days. Blood loss during a cycle usually ranges from half to 2.5 ounces. A sanitary pad or tampon, depending on the type, can hold up to an ounce of blood. Menstrual blood, unlike blood resulting from an injury, usually does not clot unless the bleeding is very heavy. The menstrual cycle is regulated by hormones, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, which are produced by the pituitary gland, promote ovulation and stimulate the ovaries to produce estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and proestrogen stimulate the uterus and breast to prepare for possible fertilization.